Breaking down HEXTECH. Alright, so in this update, HEXTECH heroes come out. So what this means is there's going to be a new synergy that you go for using these heroes. There's 4 of them. And basically what this will do, so it starts at 2 and then becomes stronger when you've got all 4. Basically what this does is when you have all 4 of them, it'll throw out a bomb that will essentially negate items. It'll basically like X the item over the champion's head, and it won't, like, the passive and the effects the item gives won't work for, I believe it's 8 seconds. I don't think it says here. A limited amount of time. It's in an area. So it's kind of a cool, fun synergy that will have different counters and different effects. It's really good for countering the, like 3 items stack on 1 unit. It's also good for countering the items that are uncounterable, aka Curse Blade, Static Shiv. You know, the items that you can't really do anything about, or that you can't build an item to counter it. For example, like if somebody builds Phantom Dancer, you build Rapid Fire. So this would be good for countering those items. So starting off, we're going to just go over kind of the champions and what they do. The cost 1 for this is Camille. Camille is a blade master that excels in taking down single targets with her allies. Her ability, the HEXTECH Ultimatum, roots an enemy and forces her in-range targets to target whoever she's fighting. So she's going to be all about positioning. She's going to be the character that allows you to burst down one person. She's going to go, hey, this person, they can't move. Everybody else that's around, blow them up. Jace is a shapeshifter who excels at disrupting the enemy frontline by knocking back an enemy hit with his thundering blow. Once the defenses are open, he switches to his Mercury Cannon, bringing increased attack speed and range damage to the battle. So he's the 2 cost. He's also a shapeshifter. This is pairing into the shapeshifter breakpoints that we got last patch. That'll kind of change up how shapeshifters are used. He's the 2 cost champ. Next up is Vi, or Vi. I don't really know. If you absolutely have to get to the enemy backline, you better bring Vi. I'm going to go with Vi. She's a brawler that targets the furthest enemy and charges towards them. If she hits anybody else along the way, she knocks them aside and damages them. Once she gets to her target, she knocks them up and damages them. She's a brawler. Again, same as Shapeshifter. Those got new breakpoints, same as Blade Master. That's why all of these characters are coming in and all the breakpoints were changed. She's a 3 cost. Brawler got changed in this patch though, so we'll have to take a look at that. The 4 cost is Jinx. She's a high risk, high reward gunslinger. Again, breakpoints. That ramps up through the course of a fight. She gets excited after her first takedown, gaining bonus attack speed. If she gets a second takedown, she pulls out Fishbones, her rocket launcher, causing her attacks to deal AoE damage. Keep Jinx fully equipped and supported, and she'll carry your team to victory. So she's going to be a really high, carry gunslinger, which I think is really cool because there's not many gunslingers that are, like real high carry, like aside from Lucian or MF. Graves is kind of on the weak side. Tristana, not that great. Gangplank can be good, but he's got to be paired with other things. So that's the new champions for the HEXTECH. And we'll go over the patch notes. So Teamfight Tactics patch notes, or patch 9.16 patch notes. Yeah, woo, yeah. Tons of new stuff, yada yada yada. You can read that for yourself later. Also, if you're looking for League, it's right here. So HEXTECH. So the trait is you throw a bomb at an enemy unit with an item, and it disables all items with in a 1x2 hex radius for 8 seconds. So I think that's 3 in a line. That way. 1x2. I don't know. That's my guess. For 8 seconds. I don't know if that's at 2 or at 4. I would assume this is at 2. Well, we'll see when we. Oh wait, we can't see when we get the patches in live. It comes out tomorrow. I don't know, but this seems fun. I think this is going to be a really good synergy that you can build, if need be. But as they all also have their own synergies, I think it can pair very well. with Shapeshifter, Brawler, Gunslinger, Blade Master. You can pair HEXTECH very well with Gunslinger Blade Master since you have Camille and Jinx. They can both pair into that. You can also pair it into Brawler Shapeshifter, which is also a very good synergy to run. Using my coffee. I worked for 9 hours today, 8 hours today. I don't freaking know. It was long. Anyways, so Camille. So we kind of went over her already. Her ability damage is 200, 325, and then 450. Being a cost 1, getting her to rank 2 and rank 3 will probably be pretty easy and done quite a bit after people start using them, because obviously, you know, the first day everybody's gonna buy the new characters and try and run them and test them out, or maybe not. I may be wrong, but I think she's gonna be a very good character. She'll fit into Blade Master really well. We'll have to see what her like AD is. I'm assuming that it's gonna be around 50 or 55, because that's like the normal AD at rank 1. But I think she can be a very good character. I think she's gonna fit in to the Blade Master synergy, to the Blade Master Gunslinger synergy, paired with Jinx and then HEXTECH. I think this is going to be a really good and fun thing to test out and run. Jace, he does 200, 350, and then 500 damage, so a little bit more damage with his Thundering Blow than Camille, which kind of makes sense because he's the tier 2. So he'll get increased attack speed and ranged when he shifts. Also, if you pair him with the Shapeshifter synergy, he'll get that bonus health, which I think is really cool. You pair this with a Nidalee and a Shyvana, you have a really solid team. And then throwing in any of the other HEXTECHs, you'll shut down the enemy team's items. And then, Shapeshifter will just literally pop off to all extents. Vi, she's the tier 3. She's the Brawler. She'll do 250, 450, and then 650, which is quite a bit of damage, especially off the fact that it's like a pike dash, to where she's going to dash through everybody. But instead of stunning them, she will knock them up, or knocks them aside, which can interrupt a lot of stuff. So that split second between a pike dash and this dash could spell a difference of a fight. I think she's going to be a very interesting character. She's a 3 cost gold. She fits very well into Brawler. You could go Brawler, HEXTECH, Shapeshifter with Jace here. Unblue, thank you. And I think that would be. I think this is gonna be a really fun thing to work around and play with. So Jinx. So I'm gonna go over this a little bit more because she doesn't have like an ability. She actually has like a stance switch, kind of like Jace's, but it's not a shapeshift, which I think is interesting. She's still a gunslinger. So when she gets her first takedown, which if she needs to have the killing blow on a character, she'll get bonus attack speed. If she gets another one, she'll pull out Fishbones, her rocket launcher, causing her attacks to deal AoE damage. So again, this is not a shapeshift. This is not like Jace. She's still a gunslinger. She'll just do 100, 225, and then 350 magic damage, an explosion that covers 3 hexes total. I'm assuming that's this way. 1, 2, 3, 4. I don't know. Again, we'll have to test it out. But she seems fun. I think she can be a good gunslinger. The only thing that I see an issue with is if she doesn't get the takedown, I don't think she's going to be great. It'll depend on how easy she is to get as a 4 cost. And if you're running other gunslinger. I think she can be good if you pull all of your items on her to give her that extra attack speed to try and get that takedown. It just seems like getting the takedown might be a little bit difficult because you have to make sure that she gets the killing blow every time. But HEXTECH seems really fun. I'm excited to run it tomorrow. We'll see how it goes. On to the rest of the notes. So they've made it to where you won't play the same player or the Ghost Army 2 or more times in a row. So basically now you will always play somebody else, which I think is very good. There was a lot of times that you'd be like top 3 or even like top 5, and the person above you would get the ghosts and you're like in 5th place, and you need to play a person or the ghost to like get top 4, and you'd end up like losing, and it would just be really frustrating. So this now gives you the chance to fight the ghost, or maybe somebody that you could have beaten instead of fighting the same person that you just lost to. So that's a really good change. I like that. Here's a change that I'm interested in that I don't think I'm gonna like, but I don't know. It'll take a lot of testing because it'll depend on comps. It'll depend on character rank. It'll depend on items. Basically, what they're doing is they're trying to make it to where you don't draw, which seems like a good idea. The only issue is when time runs out, for 15 seconds, a bonus will activate. That'll give all of the characters that are still alive 300% attack speed, 200% ability damage, 66 CCR, CCR, card control reduction, 66% healing reduction, and then I think this is just a joke, but we love maritime mammals, so 30% increased affection to maritime mammals. Overall, I think I understand what they're trying to do with this. They don't want people to draw. The thing is, why not just give it a 15-second overtime and then hope that somebody dies? I mean, I know that's not going to happen every time, but like, I think draws are more fun than whatever this is going to cause. This is going to cause Ranger to just win. If they can just stall out for the bonus, if 300% attack speed, that's tripling your attack speed. If your Ranger is already popping the double attack speed bonus and then tripling it, that's not going to be fun for anybody. But we'll see how it goes. I understand what they're doing. I just don't know if this is the right approach to it. Anyways, rank changes. So now if you start a game at 0 LP and you get 8th, you will always demote. There's no longer any protection. If you demote out of Grandmaster or Challengers, you will now go back down to Diamond 1 to make it to where you don't go back into Masters. Yeah, interesting. Adjustment to LP gain losses. For edge cases, you won't see any change really. So this is kind of scary because if you just get really bad RNG one game, you're just screwed. Yeah. I don't know what I think about that. I feel like protection for demotion is needed in this game as it's very RNG based. I don't like the feeling of, because if you get like 6th and you lose your 30 LP and then you get 8th the next game and you just have a bad RNG spell and then you just demote back down and then it takes forever for you to go back up, because even if you get first you only get 35-40 LP in gold 1. Kind of just a thing. I don't know. Just don't get 8th. Smile. So last patch they made some changes to player damage, but now games are lasting longer than intended, so overall damage should still be less than at launch. Okay, so this now means like your character damage, like your little like legend character damage. Okay, so it just scales later. Alright, that's cool. I like that. That means games will be ending a little bit faster. I had a 45-minute short game the other day. That was fun. It's on YouTube. Just go check it out. Okay, traits. Brawler's finally getting nerfed. Yay! The 300 bonus health is still the same at 2. And then they just took 100 off at rank, or at 4. And then with the new breakpoint, they took 200 off at 6. That's pretty good because now it's like you wouldn't really want to run 6 brawlers because 1,000 bonus health isn't really great when you have rangers, doubling attack speed and static shivving you every 30 seconds, or every 0.2 seconds, and now they have an extra 15 seconds where they're going to triple attack speed. Gamers rise up. So that's good. I like that. Demon is a little bit interesting. They've made it to where they have a 40% chance to burn 20 mana from their target and then return mana to their attacker. This will really only be good for Morgana and Aatrox. And maybe Evelyn. I guess Dwayne. This is a nerf to Elise, which is good because she got buffed this patch. I don't know. I kind of just like the demon buff or the synergy, and now it kind of just seems meh. We'll see how it goes though. Ninja getting buffed because, you know, why not? Smile. We're just gonna make a solo kitten be thrown into a comp for the fun of it. Even better, because now he gets 50 AD and AP. Smile. I don't know why we're doing that, but yay! Also, we buffed Zed. Yay! Noble now gets 70 armor and magic resist. I mean, great. Yeah, they're just harder to kill, and you know, if I get 3 nobles at round 3, I just, you know, stop forever, essentially. Sork gets nerfed by 5%. I mean, that's 5 ability power depending on items. So I mean, that's good, I guess. Wild is now 12% attack speed per stack. So now you get 5 stacks, 12 times 5. Get an additional test, so you'll get 60% attack speed with Wild. I still don't think Wild is good unless you run Wild Shapeshifter with Shyvana, with Warmugs and Quinsus. But yeah, we'll see. That should help a little bit. Not too much though. It should still be, you know, decent. Today I turned 18, scratched my car, got a vape, brought Jupods, and cried while eating a whole pizza. That sounds like a wonderful birthday. Happy birthday, by the way, Bridget. Elise got health and Spiderling attack speed. Her AD is still 45. This does not help. I mean, it will, but it doesn't make her worth running, especially now since she doesn't do damage with demon buff. Anyways, Kha'Zix got nerfed on non-isolated damage because that's exactly what we needed. Because now, you know, he still does nothing when there's people grouped together. With Void though, he'll still do, you know, 250 at rank 2, so that's still pretty good. Oof. That's a lot of money. Mordekaiser gets a quality of life buff. He'll actually, you know, go hit people. Nidalee got a quality of life buff. She will now properly always heal 2 people instead of, you know, just herself if she was the lowest health. Vayne got an attack speed nerf by 0.05, but, you know, now she's doing more true damage every 3rd auto attack. Plus, Static Shiv got buffed in a way. So we're just gonna, you know, throw that on her and then give her Gwynsu's, and then she's just, you know, gonna kill everything. Anyways, Braum got a health nerf. Okay. Lysandra can now cast faster, which is good. Also with the damage buff last patch, she's a lot better now. I really enjoy actually running her, especially in a Glacial Elementalist comp. That's the cheapest estimate. Oh, well, that's good, I guess. Yeah, that's better than 2,500. Lulu got ability health nerf, which is fine. She was a really good solo unit, and she's a Sork as well, so she can kind of be thrown into, you know, those wonderful comps. Zed got a health buff, an attack speed buff, and an ability damage buff at rank 2 and 3. Also, we buffed ninjas. Now he'll get 50 AD and AP, plus more attack speed, plus ability damage. Plus now he's living for 50 health points longer. Yay. Aatrox, quality of life, you know, he'll hit people. Evelyn will now prioritize the current target, which is good. You know, she'll hit people. Katarina will hit people. Her AD went up. The issue with Katarina is that it takes 150 mana to get her to spin, and she doesn't move. But we're changing other things instead. Okay. Kinnan will hit people. Shyvana AI leap change, so she'll jump away from the people fighting her. Akali is getting buffed because we also buffed ninjas. So now essentially, if you even put out Akali by herself, she will have 130 AD at level 1. If you get all 4 ninjas, I think it was 50, 70, wasn't it? Yeah, so 70. So if you get too far. If you get all 4 ninjas, you get 150 AD at level 1. This is good. Brand's receiving another ability damage buff, which I think is okay. And then he'll cast the first one faster, which is I also think is okay. Ability damage on Cho'Gath is going down, which is good because if you have him with Void Brawler buff, well, one, he doesn't die, with Brawlers, even though that got nerfed. And he just would do about 500 true damage with a giant circle. So this is a good change. So Karthus will cast his first one faster, and then the second one slower. Good change. Kale attack speed is going down. Good change. Health up on Misfortune, and mana down, so she'll cast faster. I think that's pretty good, being that she's a 5 cost. She's kind of hard to get, especially if everybody's running gunslingers, as they usually do. So that's a good change. So overall, tier 5 champions, good changes. Tier 4, good, except for Akali, because screw that character and we shouldn't buff her. Tier 3 is mostly quality of life, except for Katarina, but we're not going to fix her mana issues. Tier 2 is all good, except we're buffing Zed and ninjas, which is wonderful. And then tier 1, not helpful, bad. QOL, she's doing more true damage. Smile. Items! So Hush now has a 33% chance on hit to prevent the enemy champion from gaining mana for 4 seconds, which I think is an interesting item. And it's now uncounterable as everything else. That I hate RNG items that are not counterable. Hey, HEXTECH though. This is kind of interesting. This will be fun to play with. IE is getting buffed, along with Zed and ninjas. Ionic Spark is getting a slight nerf, but it now properly stacks, so we're just going to build 3 of them and just kill everybody while they use spells. Locket is getting a 6-second shield increase. Late game, this still doesn't matter. This item is still bad. Smile. Burn damage is now 20% health over 20% health over 10 seconds, so it's a slower tick out. Same thing with red buff. But slight damage increase to red buff. But again, slower tick out, so hopefully you'll still win. Redemption is now 1500 health. That's kind of nuts. Static Shiv is back up to 100 damage, but now it only will hit 2 other people plus the person that you're attacking. Warmogs will now do only 400 health per tick. That's actually huge nerf. So basically you just are capped at 400. But I don't think you could ever heal more than 400 on a character. The 6%. This is mostly just dragons. As I have a clip of a Drake with Warmogs, and I just can't kill it because it just heals infinitely. GA got another nerf down to 500 health. This item is bad. Do not build it. There's no reason for it. You will not need it ever. And then rare chances to get a full item instead of separate items, because we just want more RNG in the game. And now if somebody ends up getting really lucky and gets 2 completed items and I get 1 non-completed item, then I'm just gonna cry and quit the game. Bug fixes. They get targeted by things. Graves and rapid fire can be really fun now. Frozen Heart no longer applies too many slows. Item slots not showing up. Streaks being granted after PvE rounds. Fixed little legends having collisions. Flex brickskank targeting untargeted, not casting. All right, overall good patch. Smile.